Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 3 here on New Frontier. We're just on our way to the sawmill here to get, this would be load number 2 since the last time we saw each other. I don't remember, I think it was like $12,000 maybe for the one load. We didn't have a lot of money, I think, when we left each other last. But I did say I was going to cut down a whole bunch of trees and have them ready so we could begin moving them together, processing them, whatever. So I did that. I cut down a bunch of trees. You'll see when we get back to the yard, they're all sort of pushed out of the way. There was a pile over near the shed, so I got those ones sold. And then, and this is just sort of the second load, I guess, since we last met. Anyways, yeah. So a couple things I mentioned that I wasn't going to record far ahead. This is episode 3 prior to the first one coming out. I have edited, exported, and uploaded episode 1. It is sitting in my channel waiting for me to schedule. Likely, so today's Thursday, it'll probably go out Friday morning, and then maybe we'll sneak one episode out over the weekend. Yeah, anyways, I'm enjoying playing this map. We'll see what, so there's a patch 1.1.4 or something. I don't know what Giants is calling it, but that I just updated that and jumped on the map. So we will see what that means for gameplay changes, that kind of stuff. I will say there's one change that I can talk about right away, and that was there's one piece of wood on that load there that was about 140 kilograms, so I was able to pick it up, and immediately I walked straight into the sides of the trailer. There's collisions on the trees now. You remember how when, I think I even mentioned in the last episode, where when you used to be able to like pick up a light piece of wood and push around a heavy piece of wood. Well, there were collisions on all the wood. But then with the launch of FS25, you could just take a log and smack it against you walk right through anything with it. That's not the case now. So that was one change I noticed. So here, let's see how much this is worth before we go deaf from the sawmill. Okay, I had a feeling that was going to be our beefiest load yet. Only in that I had one of those big trees. I don't know what you call them. I can't remember the name of those. I kept that one anyways. I cut down another one, and the wood is massive. It's super heavy. So I had part logs on there anyway. So that was a heavy load, but anyways, $14,000. That's not bad. I will take that. So we're up to what's that? $46,000 now. We are nowhere near buying our second piece of land, but we're working towards it. So I did a little bit of research between now and the last episode also, and I realized something. So I wanted to figure out a couple things. I tried. I have a sort of a mirrored game save going, and I tried to figure out how much loose grass I could store in that shed. Nothing. I can't store anything in that shed. It fills up so fast. It's a good that sort of bulk spot there on the end where I thought I could put grass. That's maybe a good spot to put like pallets of seed or that kind of thing. Then I wanted to, because I'd never played with goats, I threw in a goat enclosure and got them going and sort of fast forwarded through a little bit of time to see what they would do, and I found out that goats spawn their milk in pallets, which is cool. So there's no liquid to deal with there, which is perfect. But what I noticed though is there's nowhere to sell your goat milk. I didn't see a production there's only one production actually that I saw that takes goat milk. So when we get back, we'll get back here and I'll pop that up and we'll see. So I don't know what to do now, to be honest. I figured we were going to do. We were going to put goats in, which I still would like to do, but I just don't know what to do with the milk once they make it. And without the milk, they're kind of useless, right? You can't cut their hair, and they don't appreciate in value, other than obviously, if you have them as babies and then they grow up and you sell them, they might make a bit of money, but that's not the intention of goats. I don't think the intention is to get their milk, but I don't know what to do with it after that. I will show you up here the guy that owns the property next to me. I did work together with him a little bit, and we threw some gravel down. There was a kind of a side cut here, which I started cutting through his field basically, and I said, "Listen, do you mind if I just got some gravel and dirt, and we'll put down a bit of a cut road?" So if you're gonna see just up here, yeah, okay. So instead of going straight and then having to cut back to the left, he allowed me to throw a little bit of a detour in here. I did mention to him that at some point I'd be putting an offer in on his land, and he was pretty excited. He said, "Yeah, he'd like to offload the land, so we'll own this at some point, and this will be our road to contend with at that point." All right, so there, I got quite a bit of trees cleaned up around the yard here. We have a massive pile of wood here. I'm guessing there's probably 4 loads in there, 5 loads maybe. So what would that be, like $50,000 to $70,000 kind of thing? So that's good news. There's money there. So actually, if we just hammered down and got all this wood sold, then we wouldn't have that piece of property yet. At $144,000, we wouldn't be there yet. So wait, what was the land? What was the land again? 150. So that's even more. 104. If I can avoid going kitty corner, I will. But at $98,000, if that gets me the opportunity to start selling off of our lot, I might just do that anyways. $190,000. Good God. Okay, what do we got here? 117. 131 and 170. So yeah, look, hey, look, this will be our next piece of land. Land 36. So we got to come up with $100,000. But I don't want to just sit here and sell wood until we get that $100,000. I'd like to keep doing stuff. So I don't know what to do with sheep. Or goats. So if I look here, so factories, I don't think there's anything that takes. Yeah, so cow milk is there. Like, I'm assuming I need the icon for goat milk to show up in order to be able to do something with it, right? So I don't see it there. Okay, so here is a small dairy, which I think that is the icon for goats down there. But from what I understand, those are also very slow. Okay, $210,000. That looks like it has a goat logo. I mean, I don't necessarily. I guess I should assume that a dairy is probably something I would need to do if I had goats, right? I mean, oh, look at this little guy. That's way better. I mean, that's not bad. I just can't. Just to me, it doesn't feel like I should be putting a dairy in here in the middle of the forest. It feels like maybe I should be just selling the goat milk, for example, to the farmer's market, or making soaps or something like that. I don't know. There's the paper factory. I love this. It'd be cool. It'd be awesome if you could, in Customize, change the names of the companies. But yeah, this thing looks sick. That fits the map perfectly. Okay, so the only thing, there's a couple dairies in there, either $210,000 or $36,000 in sell points. Oh, actually, the funny thing, I swear I looked and those dairies didn't have goat milk. Does this have goat milk now? I do see 2 kinds of milk there. Maybe with the update, they added the ability to sell goat milk. Come on, goat milk, show up at the bottom there. Goat milk. Okay, I swear that did not have goat milk. Okay, well, you know what? That's good news. Forget it. I was stressing out. I'm like, oh God, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to talk about how we're gonna handle the goat milk. I'd probably go with the bigger farmers market. So actually, I say that I can probably now go and sell goat milk to this store, right? Is this called a warehouse or a farmer's market? How do I know if I can sell goat milk here? Oh, I know how. Man, I swear, when I looked at this last night when I was doing things, there was nowhere to sell this. So now we have the opportunity to sell it at the farmer's market, buy it at the warehouse. Okay, all right, so goats it is. There's 2 things we're going to do with the grass. So first of all, the area that we have here, for sure it has grass. But if you notice the different textures, not all of that provides us grass when we mow it. So I think there's probably about 15,000 liters of grass in this area here, which in all fairness, once the meadow kicks in, is probably more than enough to feed goats for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this grass. We'll probably do like Lease a forage wagon mower combination, and then there's a silo that we can put in. I swear, but this game has been like update for the win. It just seems to update at the perfect time. Okay, so these are from Gaming Joy again. These are a series of storage of tanks that he has. So farm fill, I think this is, I don't know what that one is, but I do know that I can put grass into this one. And it's $10,000. So that's good. So we're going to plug that in, and I think I like the backdrop of this tree right here. I'm not too worried about giving up any grass right here because, like I said, this sort of rougher looking textured grass doesn't really give us anything. I started to worry because I put the mower down just to test and then wasn't getting any grass. But I did quickly realize that there's just sections that don't give grass. Okay, perfect. So so I think basically what we're going to do in this episode here, if you haven't figured it out already, is we're going to get the lawn mowed and put in some goats. So we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need, obviously, to pick up a lawnmower. And I think what we'll do is lawnmower forage wagon combination. And then we're going to need to be able to get some water somehow. We're going to head off to the store to get some equipment picked up. But yeah, we're going to need to get some water in somehow. So now the water I can handle in a couple different ways. One, I could put in that $500 sort of water reservoir that I put in behind the greenhouses on Riverbend. So that gives us somewhat infinite water, I guess, and it doesn't cost us anything other than putting in the initial $500. I can put a pond in, which I'm kind of partial to that, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of creative landscaping and put a pond in, at which point I can back into my pond and use it as a fill-up. I can just use the pond that's across the road on the neighbor's yard. So we'll figure out which one we're going to do. I'm kind of leaning towards putting a pond in because I just think I just enjoy building out the farm that way, and I think a pond would look cool. We could potentially put in a large pond. We have so much property, really, if you think about it. Putting in a large pond would not be so bad, and then it's not like we're going to really waste a lot of space. We have, hundreds of $1,000s worth of lumber on our property that we can turn around and sell and then purchase that next piece of land. So we have the ability to expand. Like there's not a lot of panic in a map like this. Opportunity's not going to dry up. It's not like Riverbend where if you make a few bad calls, all of a sudden you're really in trouble. Here you've got sort of a ton of resources that are not necessarily renewable, but you could plant more trees, I guess. $2,200 later, we've leased ourselves maybe not the best combo. I mean, a little limited there with the pickup of the forage wagon, but honestly, we don't have a ton of space to worry about. So I'd like to buy a mower, obviously, but I think we'll just watch the sale. If something pops up that makes sense, then then we'll be able to buy it. But for now, for the limited amount that we have, we'll just lease it. I find that the game is brighter now, or more vibrant than it was prior to the update. I don't know whether that was something. I didn't read all the change logs, although if I had, I guess I would have realized that there's collisions on trees when you're carrying them now, but I just saw some of the headings were like bug fixes, performance improvements. There is changes to the graphics settings apparently, so I haven't gone in and done that. I'll have to play with those at some point. I just had a little bit of time here before I had to get out, so I figured we'd just get in here and see what we could do to make a bit of a mess. Also, it's still the first day of September. I likely could have started this episode in the second day of September, but I was sort of thinking that if I leave myself some time, then we could potentially still plant something. So we're just going to mow everything we possibly can and put it into that silo. Then what we'll do is we'll watch, and as the goats, our eventual goats, consume the grass, we'll know how much grass we can turn into silage and how much grass we want to leave in the silo for the goats to eat. And we'll put a pit in. I found a great spot for a pit. Alright, are we collecting grass? No, so we're not collecting grass right here. We've got about 1,000 liters so far. So just take that over to what I presume to be the edge of our property, and then when we go, we'll do a sort of a run down that side, and then kind of clean ourselves up a bit there. In any of the videos that I've posted recently, I can only think of one very brief period that we ran a time lapse. Maybe it was a compilation of things just showing progress. I can't remember what it was, but I don't know. Maybe this is a good time for a good old fashioned time lapse. Give me a chance to pick some groovy country tunes, and we'll be back in a moment.
What them pretty little lips gonna do to me, baby? But every single time that I come around, it seems you got another man trying to keep you down, baby. Well, you might think you're driving me insane, but I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think you maybe ought to know this ain't my first rodeo. I've been around long enough to know some things you can't take back, some things you just got to let go. Yes. Well, hell, I got Sammy on the phone, Nikki at home, trying to get along so I can deal with you, babe. Got time to change your mind, 'cause the bus is a-humming. Are you staying, are you coming, babe? Well, you might think you drive me insane. I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think that maybe you should know this ain't my first rodeo. I've been around long enough to know that some things you can't take back,
working on, I think this is what, the third load. So actually, I think, did I say that I thought there'd be like 20,000 liters? I think if this is indeed the third load, then it would be closer to like 45,000 liters. I think I've got 30,000 in there already. We're sitting on about 10. Oh no, maybe a bit more. Anyways, whatever. It's bottom line is it's more than what I thought, which is good. Definitely large chunks here that I likely shouldn't have plowed because I don't think anything's going to grow back. But at least we know what we're dealing with and everything's consistent. So I can kind of envision some fields in here. So I think what I'm gonna have to be conscious of, I want a large enough goat enclosure that I can have a substantial amount of goats, but that's also going to come with a price tag. We only have $33,000 right now. I gotta watch that. All right, phone call, and took an opportunity to make a coffee. So I believe what I was saying is I think I gotta watch out because with $33,000, I don't know that we're gonna have enough to make the enclosure that I want to make. So we'll probably have to go and deal with that log pile before we can put in the enclosure. It's a couple things really. If you think about it, we gotta not only put in an enclosure, but I gotta get me some goats, and we have to be able to put some water into them. But we have a decent amount of wood sitting over there. So, okay, that was another phone call. God, I know I should just turn my phone off when I'm doing this, but it's anyways, you gotta answer when clients need something. You gotta answer. So what I keep trying to say is we need to be able to afford all of this stuff. So let's go sell some wood after we after I get this put away. Get the last little bit of grass right here, and then once the goats are situated, we can look at putting in a field. And then once the field's done, we can look at clear cutting the forest to the point where we can afford to buy that next piece of land. So I think we've got a lot of work ahead of us. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting one field in. I kind of like the idea of putting a long field in on that side of the road where we've just gone and plowed. Perhaps leaving some access in the middle. But yeah, I think it would be a decent place because I really don't know that we're going to purchase that way. I think we're going to probably go that way, is my guess. So this field may be kind of the southern end of our property. I think southern end, right? So the other thing I noticed that must have been a bug as well when I was testing this forage wagon and this silo. Grass, there was no animation, like the grass didn't show up inside the forage wagon. You could see the volume of grass down at the side, like, so it told you how much you had in there, but there was no actual grass showing inside the pottinger there. So let's check the stock check to see what we got. All right, so there we go. We got about almost 45,000 liters of grass. That's not bad. It's worth a whopping $2,000 if you want to sell it, but we're not doing that. All right, so let's go in here and return these. We're not going to be... So I will, obviously, I'm going to have to get myself a small trailer, something that, because I'm going to need to put, well, I guess... No, we'll just return this. I'll probably regret that later. I probably should have held on to it just to be able to transport some grass into the goat enclosure once I get it set up, but whatever. We'll be okay, I think. If I can sell 2 loads, then that should give us 20 grand. We'd have like 50. That should be good for a reasonable sized goat enclosure. I guess we don't have to go too massive at the beginning here. I can always put in another one. Okay, we still have 14,000 liters of wood there, which is nice. So what I was doing with these logs for the most part is I was getting them cut into 12 meter lengths. So now I can come in and it was letting me either pick them up or here, let's get the menu up. It was letting me either pick them up or just push them over here. the right length. That's the right length. Oh, now we have collision. So before the update, I could grab this log and just push it right through the other logs, but now, yeah, now everything's got collisions, which is different. Yeah, see, watch this. Ugh. This would go right through in the last episode. So it's supposed to be some sort of tree handling improvements also in this update. So we'll see what that means. I'm assuming that means something with the other kind of trees, not these trees. Because I didn't really have any issues with these trees. The only issues I saw were people who were getting them stuck in the ground. Which I guess admittedly did happen to me at one point. I can't remember if we were together at that point or whether it was when I was getting everything moved around, but it was a quick fix. This is just heavy enough that the back end of the tractor is coming up. I gotta get, I have a joystick and I have a side panel actually. I don't think that I should make an attempt to get those things set up again. I just don't have a lot of room on my desk. Well, sorry, I have a lot of room on my desk. I just don't want a lot of stuff on my desk. But that might make this whole process a little smoother. All right. I was getting greedy there trying to go for that second log, and well, I haven't got there yet, but maybe it'll pay off. Alright, well, I'm going to drop these two, and then I'm going to get the rest of this trailer loaded. We'll kind of buzz through these two loads that we're going to sell, and then we'll be able to get the goats set up. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, we got load 1 here on board. I was just cruising along here at 40 kilometers an hour, barely slowing down for any of the hills. I think that 20 grand or whatever we spent on the horsepower upgrade in this tractor really paid off. I'm not running into nearly as many spots where I can't, or where I slow down, or where it's labored. I imagine if I, turned and tried to go straight up that hill there, I wouldn't be able to make it. But I think it's good. That was definitely money well spent. It's 5:14 on the map right now. I can't remember what time it gets dark, but we may end up selling the 2 loads of logs and then rolling into the second day of September for us to put the goats in here. We'll see. Actually, I gotta remember too. We're probably gonna have to lease a trailer, because I made that crazy rule where there's no transportation. I gotta go pick up my own goats. So I'll make my I'll make my bed and lay in it. I gotta, it would be kind of sad if I had come up with that as a way of sort of slowing down progression, and then the very first time I go to purchase animals, there's that weird camera angle. And then the very first time I go to purchase animals, I go and I have them deliver it, which would be pretty cheeky. All right, I don't know what to expect from this. There's very few like giant logs. It was just a bunch of logs in here, but I did a pretty good job to get everything to that 6 meter. It's like 5.9 to 6.1 probably. Oh, 10 grand. All right. Kind of thought it was going to be a little bit more, but you know what? That's fine. I want to be like that. No problem. When I was cruising along, I got a notification from the used car dealer, used equipment dealer, I guess in this case. They have a mower in stock there. We're not in the market for it by any means, and I don't know that we really ever would be unless we were doing grass on a large scale. But here, we'll just get through these trees and then I'll pop it up. There you go, half price. So there's a $500,000 mower. I mean, that'd be pretty sick to have, but we definitely are not in need of that anytime soon. Man, it looks like a beautiful evening here. It's shaping up to be a nice one. According to the forecast, when you look at the little weather icon up at the top there, it looks like we have a clear evening ahead. Be nice if there's no rain. I did get a pretty good downpour when you guys were gone, and I was getting. Wait, was that what it was? I think it was when I was cutting down all those trees. I think it was pouring on me. But there's no worries of mud or anything like that because we don't have a field. But it was definitely the weather was not ideal compared to the way it is right now. Let me get this last one loaded here. That should get us to about 50 grand. We'll probably be. I mean, I could slow the time down, but I'm not going to do that. Anyways, yeah, let me get this done, and then we'll go sell it, and then we'll be able to get ourselves the goats in the morning. All right, cruising along here. Last load for this day anyways. I might have messed around a little bit with the time while I was getting this one loaded just so we could save ourselves a little bit of daylight on this last drive. And I think it was worth it. We're getting these wicked sunsets here. The sun's just about to drop behind the trees over there. And like I said, it looks like we're shaping up for a nice evening here. At which point we will then wake up after sleeping in the shed in the tractor all night, and we'll go to town, figure out what we're doing for the goat enclosure. I swear 50 grand might be enough. It's 14,000 for the enclosure itself, and then I want to say like back on Riverbend, the fairly long lengths on the sides were like 10 grand each. So 34, if we did that, 14, 34, and another like 5. So we should be, I'm guessing we should be somewhere in the 40s for the enclosure. Well, that doesn't really leave us anything for the goats, the water, or a trailer to move grass from the silo to the enclosure. But at that point, we should also have some pallets ready to sell, and the prices seem to be holding somewhat firm there, so we should be okay. Oh god, $9,800. There was definitely not a lot of good sized logs on that load. That was mostly just filler stuff, so that kind of sucks. But anyway, it's almost 10 grand. So anyway, so I'm gonna go get back to the lot. We're gonna tuck in, and the next I see you, it's gonna be the morning. At which point we'll figure out what we're going to do for our goats, and then you guys can help me name them. No, just kidding, we're not naming them, but anyways, we want to get rolling on that so we have something to sell over the winter as we sell some goat juice. Anyways, all right, see you in the morning. All right, and there we go. We're into September day 2. As usual, it's gorgeous out. Perfect. All right, we got some work to do now. So yeah, and anyways, between when I went to sleep in game and now, I've been on the phone, had some lunch, had to go out and do a job. It's hours later, so I'm back. I did kind of rip back through where we were at. And yes, indeed, it is time to put in a goat enclosure so we can get some goats going. A little bit on the fence still. We're going to kind of make a decision on the fly here as to where it'll be, and then we'll get some goats. A number of mods just dropped also while I was out, so we've loaded in a bunch of stuff. I don't think anything's going to impact us right away. The one thing I think was cool was here under painting. So this unlocks I don't remember what it's called. I just literally just downloaded it and I don't remember what it's called, but it's essentially every paintable surface that the map includes. So whatever the map is and whatever the map includes for paintable surfaces, this unlocks all of them. So that's kind of cool. So this is probably bad for me because, as you can see, like this lot here includes 3 different layers. So God only knows what's going to happen to me when I start trying to, decorate with all of these options. I am likely just a dead man walking. Anyways, So yes, also, so before we went to quote unquote bed, I also loaded whatever pallets were in the sawmill there onto the trailer just to keep it safe under wraps here. It looks like there's a couple more, and actually these prices are all. I wonder, are we always going to have great prices on this map? I don't know how it works. I'll show you in a second. Let's load those pallets on here, and I think we might actually just go and sell these quickly because it's. I think if I just had a quick peek, and I think it's like 25 grand in stuff. So that would take us up to what, $80,000 almost. And if we had $80,000, I wouldn't be as nervous putting in the goats because right now I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to bite off more than I can chew, and I'm not going to be able to complete it because I don't know, like. So when you go to place your animals, is it still ripping you off? Like if I go and I try to place too much fence and I don't have the money for it, and then it says, well, do you want to just place the base amount? Does it give me back the money for the stuff that I placed, or is that still a problem? Because I think I got ripped off on Riverbend. So here is the time-saving stock check. If you don't use this mod, you probably should check it out. Okay, so the warehouse and the warehouse are good for our two top dollar items here. Both trending over or at what the top amount is supposed to be in March. So that's good. And then we have this amount. So 15, 20, 23 roughly, I guess. $24,000. So I think what we'll do is we'll go and rip this up to the warehouse quickly. Get the money for that, and then I'll feel a little more confident when it comes to placing the goats. Holy moly, look at this. Visibility is not great this morning, which is fine. We can definitely get through it. Sometimes you put your headlights on, it makes it worse. A couple tractors in the mod drop, all big stuff. But the good news is there's tractors, which means that modders can release tractors, and that would hopefully lend itself to some smaller stuff at some point. Fast Track, JCB Fast Track, I think was in today's mod drops, which is cool. The Fendt 900 Vario, if you remember on Comlands, we had a couple of those beasts with the quad wheels. Really, those were great. They were a pain in the ass when it came to auto drive and auto drive, I guess. Trying to get them to go through, like, they wouldn't fit through our hay. Remember we had a hay. What was it called? The hay loft, and they couldn't get in there to drop the hay or anything like that. So they were just with those quad wheels. They're kind of useless for that, but they look really cool. Oh, Comlands, that got out of control quickly. That was, I think, that easy economy. I just got drunk on profits when silage was almost $800 per 1,000 liters. Right now, I think we're gonna max out at like $120, which is not so good. But you know, it is what it is. It's all good. All right, we're just making our way through the fog. We are very close now. There's some big John Deere harvesters available now, which is cool. One day we'll get to use those, hopefully. Holy, look at this fog. Okay, so this is farmer's market, but also the warehouse, right? Huh, that's funny. So I'm here. This building certainly looks like this. What's this? Is this the warehouse? Okay, let's put on the markers quickly here. Oh, so I guess this is the warehouse. That's the farmer's market. And our top price right now for, all right, it's going to cost us $150 to drop the planks at the warehouse. So let's go just drop everything at the warehouse. I'll leave the zone marker on there for a second just so I can see it. All right, so 21,800, almost $22,000. I guess the 23 would have been had I sold the planks over at the farmer's market. All right, good. I guess we'll have to make a trip to the store after. Once we get the goats in there, I will need a way to get them water, and I also need a trailer to get to run grass from the silo to the pen. So I'm hopeful that the goat enclosure takes loose grass. I think I tested that. I'm almost certain. So I just want to make sure that I leave myself enough room so that this, I think I almost have to widen this, because trying to get stuff into this drive-through here is a bit of a challenge. So see how I just tried to go wide over the grass. I don't want to drive on the grass. I'd like to try to keep things looking as real as possible here, so I will likely go and expand the parking lot a little bit. So looking at this, yeah, we'll expand the parking lot a little bit here, and then I think what I'll do is maybe we're gonna want the goats to come off of there. I know. Going back to where somebody had told me that all my farms were a little bit tight, and why don't I use more space or whatever? I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but I don't know. I like to just sort of keep them snugged up to a certain extent. I know we're going to have a lot of space when we start expanding, but we just don't have that space right now. So, in saying that, we're going to just sort of keep things a little more cramped. I mean, obviously, once this forest is carved out here, this won't matter, right? Oh, okay, look. There's the rocks. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I was wondering about that. Man, we're really getting some insider stuff now, aren't we? I remember in Riverbend wondering if there was a paintbrush for that, because it just seemed like that was something that the map makers were able to paint on, because we could cultivate that sort of stony surface, and yeah, we just sort of proved that theory correct, because now we have the ability to paint the stones ourselves. So that's really cool. I can't see that I'm going to be doing that anytime soon, but just knowing that we can do it is cool. Let's put a little bit of mossy grass in there for, an extra little something something. It's all about the extra something something. Okay, so now we want to look at Das Goats. So if I kind of run them like it is, that would give us room to go between the tree and the silo. It would be a short trip from where the grass is being stored. It gives us access over between the trees there. The only thing I'm worried about, I'm looking at that $14,073, which means that there's going to be some terraforming when we go to place this. So it's going to dig in a little bit. You know what, maybe we'll just make it sort of flush with the silo there. That might be the best. Why make things more difficult for ourselves? Life's hard enough, right? So we'll put the spawn point for the milk in line with the silo. Okay, let's keep track. So that's 14,000. $2,400, 32, about $3,300. So why is that area restricted? That's weird. This area is restricted, and I don't know why. All right, so that was, I don't know, what did we have? We had like $75,000. So was that 25 grand? So are these less expensive now? Our sheep enclosures just must have been bigger. Got a little bit of flattening to do here, but let's just see how many goats that actually allows us. 28. And I think it's 19. So we didn't pick up a lot. Now, I think, what are we like 45 or 57 or something on Riverbend? I can't remember. All right, let's just do a little bit of schmoothing here, and let me get out of the way. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but you know what? I guess it'll do for now. We can still put, it kind of allows us to put fields, so we'll pave this out, put some fields in. Yeah, fields. You know what? That's good. It's not massive, but I guess that's what she said, right? So here, that was another one of the updates today. They brought back or I guess it was never gone, from what I understand. But the circular. Oh, actually, there's another fix. Okay, so the circular brush tool was there, but we couldn't switch between it all the time. The other thing they've claimed to have corrected is the delay in landscaping, and that looks like that may be the case, because when I was smoothing out this area here, it was doing it like basically at the time of smoothing. Okay, so now I've got to decide, do we put in, where is it? Do we put in this for $500? I'm asking, but I know I'm obviously not. You can answer all you want, but obviously I'll have already done it. But so we have some great little locations we can put this. You know what, maybe this is what we're going to do for now. The alternative would be to put in a pond, but I don't think we're going to be putting in ponds yet. I think at some point we'll put in a lake. Okay, so that's water. We need a trailer for the food. And we need a trailer for, we need a trailer for the food, and we need something for some kind of container to move the water over there. Trailer for the food. Does that mean 2 trips? I'm going to leave the weight here just in case. And we'll make our way up to the store to figure out what is available. Okay, just looking at containers here. So this is something new that launched today. This is a 3-point container. So this holds 2,000 liters of either water or milk. Interesting, for $1,500. What the heck was that? Oh, look, glossy, metallic, and matte. That's pretty cool. So it gives you some kind of indication as to what's there. That's neat. So this is only $1,500. Otherwise, we jump up. So that's 2,000 liters. I could get a trailer for 2,000 liters for $5,800. Or we can go way up at, I mean, this, I just don't like the fact these are, you can't change the color of this, which sounds stupid, but it is what I can't. I don't like it. Maybe we'll do this just because it's cheap. How much water can these guys actually go through? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought maybe we were changing the container itself, but no, that's not the case. That would be changing the metallic part. Okay, so let's just purchase that. It's only $1,500, and we have the ability to carry it right now. The other one is the grass, so we need a trailer for the grass. We're gonna need to go to the animal store too to pick up our goats, so we're gonna have to lease a trailer there. It's all money, 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 right? Wait, let's look quickly here. Okay, that's I mean, that's obviously over 200 grand, this tractor. I like these because you can color them. 200, man, that's, look at this beast. 264. So the only thing missing here for me is loader arms. Although with a big tractor like this, maybe you wouldn't put loader arms on it, but I just have to have them on a tractor. It just makes it so useful, but yeah, see, this is a that's good. Anyways, but that 100 grand is basically, if I had $100,000 right now, I wouldn't buy that tractor. I'd buy the next piece of property. This though looks really good. There's a cultivator. When we start getting larger fields, that's going to come in handy. But that is not why we're here, folks. What we're here for is a trailer. I just thought maybe if there was something in there. But all right, so now in regards to trailers, that enclosure doesn't hold a lot. And they have the meadow. Ideally, the goats should be eating the meadow grass. I'm assuming grass. Yeah, grass is on here. So maybe we want to get ourselves, like, I don't think we want to get anything too small because we'll probably use it. I have this one already on River Bend. Yeah, so 8,000 liters. I mean, that's not going to be much when it comes to carting later. But if we just left this thing as our grass transporter, it's not very expensive, right? Because if we start going up here, we're going, like, if we're 9 grand here, we're going way up as soon as we start. I mean, this obviously has a bigger capacity, which is great, but we all are also using this on another series right now. So maybe we'll just go with the little farm tech. We can always, sell it at some point. Let's make that a matte color. Let's make this, well, it's grass, right? There. 9 grand. It holds 8,000 liters. And now it's ours. Okay, so we want to mount that to the front. That being the new water container. Okay, kind of a spacey looking combo there with that. Oh my god, look at the reflections. Wait, that's not actually reflecting. No. So it's a bit of a party trick, I think. The reflections there, but that looks sick. Still cool. I mean, I don't think the reflections on that container are necessarily showing what is around it, because you would see the trees going by right now. But they've done a great job to kind of make it at least appear like it's reflecting. I like how it moves around. There's the view. Oh, somewhere there's some trees blocking here. Oh, there we go. Whew, I was getting a little nervous. Couldn't see anything. Alright, let's pop back into this view. We're like a full feeding station right now. Oh my god, see that? That's actually pretty cool. So that just weighed down the whole entire front end of the tractor. Okay, let's see. We can lower it and just push it along the ground. So we got to remember to have a weight on when we put the water in there. Just watch if I lift this. and we unload. The front end of the tractor gets lighter. That's cool, man. I like stuff like that. Okay, so there, it answers that question. So the capacity on this, enclosure or whatever is quite small. We have 1,500 liters of water available for space. So we'll leave this right here for now. And it's not very much, I don't think, for grass, but we'll find out in a second here. There we go. Yeah, 3,000. So that, I mean, obviously we have two overpowered containers here. But let's go dump this back into the silo. I'm not going to just leave grass in it. And then we'll stash this trailer somewhere, and then we'll go get ourselves animal transport, and then we will go purchase some goats, and then we'll have some new friends here on our farm. Probably want to throw some more wood into the production, because I think we're probably running low for planks and whatnot, and then we'll kind of see what our next steps are. I don't know if those next steps are going to be included today, because from what I can recall, I think we got a few things done anyways. I'll just leave this right next to the silo. So we're gonna go back to the store. So we had capacity for, I think, was it 37 goats? I'm pretty sure there's no transport that carries 37 goats. Or hopefully there's transport that carries goats. I know the transports typically show a sheep icon. I don't know about the goats though, so let's go this way. Oh man, look at that. It is soupy out. Alright, we're going to find animal transport in the animal section in the store. This is a mod that was launched today, so that just hit us, but it looks like that's only good for horses. This is for a gooseneck, which we do not have, or a fifth wheel, I guess. That's a tractor trailer one, so we have one option here for transporting animals, of which we're going to lease. But yeah, see what I mean? So when I look here, it shows 13 pieces, and that looks like a sheep. So I'm assuming it's going to treat sheep and goats the same way, or at least I'm hoping it is. So $1,200, we're going to lease this. We should be able to get, I mean, this might be, if we have the money for 3 loads of goats, then I guess that's probably what we're going to want. We'll have to own one of these at some point. FS22 had a great stockpile of options when it came to animal transport. Some smaller trailers and some bigger trailers too, but there was just variety, so it'd be nice to get to that point again. I like this one though, it looks cool. Not complaining whatsoever. Yeah, we'll get the first load of 13, and then we'll have to figure out, I think the capacity of the enclosure was 37, but we'll double check. Okay, so the animal shop is here, I guess. Okay, yeah, so you unfolded the back end lowers, ready to accept the animals. Let's go take a look. Oh, no. Okay, goats. Alright, well, let's grab 13 of the big ones first. Oh, yeah, load into. Perfect. So there's no transportation fee, too. We're saving ourselves that. Obviously, we've got all guys. All right, let's go, homies. I got a new home for you. Some people just hanging out at the store there. I feel bad. They're sort of all waiting for us to bring crops. All right, I'm gonna have to drive carefully because I don't want to have goat milkshakes by the time we're done. These guys look like they're pretty sturdy. What was this trailer worth? $45,000? I guess the frequency that we would use this would be pretty slim. You know, it's not often we're up here buying new animals, and I don't think we're necessarily going to be selling these animals. We'll likely just milk them till they die, I guess. And then after that, we'll make goat sandwiches, goat tacos, goat fajitas, you know, goat stew, and a nice goat taco with some shredded goat cheese. All right, let's just thread through these trees. We gotta get those cleaned up. Anyways, let's get our first shipment delivered here. I guess we just kind of go right to this spot here. So I'm gonna guess that this is kind of where we gotta go. Hey, dudes. That's more of a purchase. I don't think we are close enough to the trigger. Yeah, because I think it would have given us an option to move from the trailer or whatever. There we go. Unload from trailer. 13, move to husbandry. Okay, perfect. So it's a total of 28. So you know what we'll do? Let's go grab. I don't know how much room we should leave. Well, we're going to be months away from any kind of baby. So maybe what we'll do is we'll get one more load. So we'll have 26. It's not capacity, but it saves us from having to drive back and forth again. And then I guess the question is, do I get adults or do I get some kind of juveniles? Maybe I'll get the whatever the middle ones are this time. Get 13 of those, and then that'll give us 26 goats. It'd be nice if when you're putting down the enclosure, like it'd be great if it could somehow kind of pre-calculate how many goats you're gonna have, or how many animals you're gonna be able to put in there. Because I mean, ideally, if I have a trailer here that carries 13 animals at a time, I might have tried to target 39 as the capacity there, but who knows? I might not have been smart enough to think that far ahead. But it just kind of sucks because I'm going to make this trip, and then we're still going to we could have jammed another 2 in there. Seems like maybe a bit of a wasted opportunity. Okay, so these are what, 3 months old. Goats produce goat milk, which can be sold directly. Goats eat grass and hay. Additionally, they require water. This is a yin. I think is it a yinling or is it a yearling? Yinling. This is a yinling. Animals that are healthy and older than 8 months can reproduce. So this thing's 5 months from being able to produce, but I'm assuming they produce milk. So this one's goats produce milk. Goats produce milk. Goats produce milk. This one's of the breeding age. So we have 13 that are of breeding age, although they're all guys, so I don't know how that's going to work. Whew. Yeah, whatever. We'll get these 13. I mean, it's like less than half the cost, which is good. Assuming they're still going to give us milk. Okay, little homies. So for now, with the milk, we're going to have to bring everything up here to the market, I guess, because we don't have a ability to sell. I don't want to make things that kind of seem weird too. I mean, it'd be kind of weird that we have a farmer's market way out in the middle of nowhere like that. But you know, eventually, having just a little stand might be all right. But and then I mean, there's got to be some passerbys. If we were just in the middle of a field and I stuck one down, I think that would look really weird. But at least we have a bit of a road, I guess. And then eventually we could build out a bit of a commercial district, I guess, if we have multiple cell points. So we'll have to just kind of keep that in mind when we're placing things, that we may want sort of an industrial area at some point. Although I don't know, like if we put down productions right now, how, I can't necessarily move. Well, can we actually? Sorry, I shouldn't say can't. I think, can we move them? Because we do have that mod that enables us to move things now. Just thinking, if we put the time and effort into putting some productions in now, but then we find an area we want to make a home for those things, then are we going to be locked in, or do we have to sell the building and build another one? Who knows? Who knows? Although that's maybe why you put some of the smaller productions in now and then eventually graduate to the full-size, industrial-size productions. Anyways, these little guys should be happy. At some point, I don't know how I would get them, though. I guess I could grab 2 more, but I think maybe we'll just be happy with the 26 we have, and then we'll, when we put in it, we'll eventually maybe have to put in a different enclosure, and like for additional animals. All right, well, we're shaping up pretty good here. I think I like it. Okay, like I said, get a little more wood into the production there. Probably sell a couple more loads of wood between this episode and next. Maybe take out these trees in the road here before I absolutely destroy myself one of these days. And then I think we should take a quick look. It's the 2nd day of September. I don't know what we can plant in October, so I was just about to say we probably reconvene and get planting some fields in the next episode, but the question will be whether or not that's going to be still in the month of September, or if it's going to or if we're in the month of October. Ooh, let's get hit in the head by that. Okay, unload from trailer. 13 animals. Move to husbandry. That is now empty. What's going on, guys? Okay, let's get rid of this. Vehicles. Return. Okay, so now we'll watch for the meadow grass to turn into an opportunity for them to eat, and then if that happens and it does it flawlessly, then we're laughing here. All we got to really do at that point is make sure they have enough water. We'll hold on to our 40,000 liters of grass in the silo that we have, because if on this map the grass disappears in here, why do they guys eat your... Oh, I guess there's no meadow grass yet. I'm like, why are you not eat the meadow grass? But yeah, if we need that grass over the winter time, we have it. Any additional mowing we can put into what could be eventually a silage pit. So let's go look at the planting calendar. All right, we are in September, just about to roll into October, but we're not in October yet. And we can really only plant, so we can plant barley. Oh, this is in alphabetical order, right? I'm like, where the hell's wheat? So we can plant, okay, so we have those cereal crops. We got wheat, barley. Canola is just about done here, so we'll just let that go. I guess I'm not going to panic. So we do know that we can plant wheat and barley. What's the purpose to that? I don't know yet. That's it. Wheat and barley. Everything else is going to be in the spring. So over the winter, we're going to want to really figure out what our plans are, get a good strategy on fields. Obviously, get ourselves in a position where we can buy more property, and then attack. Let's check this. So barley caps out at $380. Wheat caps out at $400. So yeah, so we'll plant some wheat, and we'll get some straw for that too, which is good, I guess. It'd be nice by the time the harvest happens. It'd be nice if there's an opportunity to ferment straw or put it into a pit itself and turn it into silage. Silage of which is not anything to write home about necessarily. Silage is under miscellaneous. Yeah, the wheat is worth more than silage. So big ass wheat fields. Actually, if you think about that, wheat, not only is wheat worth $400 per 1,000 liters, but then the straw that you take off was like $40, was it? So it's not a lot, $50. So really you're getting kind of two items out of that harvest to make some money from. So depending on how big your harvest is, that could work out well. I do kind of want to get to the point where we have some large equipment here. I hear myself thinking that. Don't know how I'm going to feel about that when it actually happens, but that would be kind of cool. So let's just think about the next things we're going to do here as I put this down and we throw a couple logs into the production. Yeah, so we are likely going to be waking up in the month of October together. Creepy. And that'll be field making time. So we'll be probably using a cultivator to make the fields. Actually, let's take a couple of these trees here. Yeah, so we're probably using a cultivator to make the trees. We'll probably be using a cultivator to make the fields, and then we'll go through the whole process of lime and fertilizer and planting and all that stuff. So that'll be fun. Some sort of traditional farming here on this series, which I haven't been able to do yet on Riverbend for my own farm. So that'll actually be kind of a bit of a novelty for me, I guess. The things that I enjoy doing in the game, but sometimes you just don't get to do them. And yeah, so I guess just a couple other quick things. This is episode 3, so episode 1 is out already. I see people commenting on it. A few people saying, this is a cool challenge. I don't know that it's a challenge necessarily because I don't have a goal. Really, I guess it's a bit of a challenge. I've set up some weird sort of parameters that make it a challenge, I guess. But I mean, it's not a challenge in the sense that I gotta come up with a certain amount of money or whatever. I just kind of wanted to play on the map and then see where it went. We may create a goal at some point here. I don't know, but I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Destroyed my tires. We were really running low on wood in this thing. Trick there is to miss the building. So from 84 so there's like 2,000 liters of wood in there, I guess. Anyways, okay, I'll continue to pull some wood into that. We will be well prepared. I mean, it's only 10:21 in the morning, so you know what? Episode 4 may still likely be in this month. I don't see why we would blow an entire month just because I'm going to a new episode. So likely we'll wake up in the next episode after taking kind of a midday nap, and we'll still be in the month of September. Not with the intention of planting canola, but just because we'll still be in September. So we'll see what I can get done in between now and then. We'll have a natural bit of a time break here, and then we'll get rolling again. All right. So thanks, guys, for your what looks like good feedback already in the first episode. As it is, like I mentioned, it is live, and I'm seeing the comments come through while I'm recording this. But yeah, this will be kind of fun. No expectations, literally just getting on here and trying to further figure out FS25 and all of its little intricate details. Enjoying the light show when the sun comes through the trees, and yeah, marveling at the beauty that is this Ola Haldor map. So yeah, with that, I will put these logs in there, say thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.